everyone, and welcome to another Deltor 251 Speed Paint. If you're new, thank you so much for checking out the video, and be sure to hit that subscribe button to see more content like this. Of course, if you like what you've seen in this video, or what you heard of course, be sure to hit the thumbs up, and if you have any feedback at all, be sure to talk about it in the comments below. I love to hear from you. Now, before I get into the actual topic of this video, I would like to mention that what I'm currently drawing is a fox using a tutorial from the game Animal Jam. Now, the reason why I chose this particular tutorial from that particular game is because when I did my video, and I'll link it on the screen, about art style theft, a lot of the videos that I found while I was doing the research was for people drawing characters from the Animal Jam game, and then other creators were being told that they were stealing the art style. If we want to argue that, you're both stealing the art style because it's from the game. But that's not what this video is about. The point is, I wanted to start doing videos that prove my point a little tiny bit here. What I come up with at the end of this video is not the same thing that is at the end of this tutorial, even though I followed it step by step. It's impossible to copy an art style, but you can go check out that video and see what I've said about it. Coming into this video, today I want to talk about criticism. I know this is a touchy topic, and I've seen a few videos concerning what criticism is and whatnot, and I want to put my 2 cents in here because I don't think it was fully justified. And again, before I start bringing in my points, I want to be 100% clear that I'm going to be honest in this video. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. So here we go. First off, what is criticism? Criticism is, in simple terms, disapproval. Hold up! Don't go running to the comment section and tell me that I'm wrong about what the definition of criticism is. Okay, let me explain myself a little bit. Criticism is disapproval of the way something is done or the way something is presented. Okay? That's fact. Now, with that said, criticism can be done in a right and wrong way, but let's hold off on that for now. If you want to criticize something, you're going to point out what is done wrong. A myth about criticism is that you have to use as many positives as you do negative to do it right. That's wrong, that's incorrect. Criticism is about what's wrong. If something's already good, there's no reason to be criticizing it. It's counterintuitive. Now, when it comes to timing with criticism, because that's important, not everyone is open to criticism. And I would like to make this clear right off the bat that that's not a bad thing. We've come to believe as a community, whether it be the art community, the ranting community, the DeviantArt community, whatas, that someone who doesn't accept criticism is being immature and childish. I want that notion to be dropped immediately. Because as creators, every one of us has the right to accept or reject criticism. Bad time to give criticism? When someone literally says they don't want criticism. I can't be any more blunt. Please stop giving criticism to people that don't want it and make it very clear they don't want it. Good time to give criticism when someone asks for it. Wow. We thought that was going to be more complicated than what it was, huh? Moving on, this video has 3 points, okay? What criticism is, when to use it, and now finally, the difference between constructive and deconstructive. Constructive criticism literally means what it says, okay? When you use constructive criticism, you point out the flaws, you disapprove something that they've done, and then you show them, or tell them, and or link them to materials that can help them improve. If you're going to give criticism constructively, you have to give them something to go on how to fix it, or how to improve, or how to use the elements in a different way to make it look better. Now, on the complete opposite side of the coin, we have deconstructive criticism, which basically means you tell them what's wrong, but you don't tell them how to fix it. Okay? Yes, criticism is a negative thing, but you can do it a right and wrong way. Constructive, correct. Deconstructive, incorrect. The difference is not huge, and it's not a complicated concept to understand. But another thing, another layer to that, is that constructive and deconstructive criticism can both be harmful. You can still hurt somebody with constructive criticism, and unfortunately, as a community, we've forgotten that. If someone takes criticism poorly, do not respond by telling them they took the criticism poorly, because you're still criticizing them. See the problem? If someone responds to your criticism negatively, tell them that you understand, not that they need to learn to take criticism. They're being an immature brat. You're only adding to the problem. They have the right to not accept your criticism. You should be able to accept that too. Now, if you're going to be someone who's going to give criticism on a regular basis, if you're going to do that as part of the content you create, whether it be YouTube videos, blogs, whatever, if you're going to give criticism, you got to know when it's a bad idea to give criticism. This comes with time. But the thing about it is when you can pretty much tell when you look at somebody's bio or their profile whether or not they're going to be able to take criticism well or not. It has a lot to do with personality and how much they've grown as a person. But if you don't know if they're going to take it well or not, you can always ask them privately if they're willing to accept criticism or not. And if they're not, please learn to respect that. That is their right. Now, conjoined with the last 2 points is how to deliver criticism without causing damage. If you're going to create a video about a certain piece of work and criticize it, please just talk about the work. Leave the creator out of it. This comes into my next point about keeping the creator safe. You don't need to talk about them in order to critique the work. And if you want to give them direct criticism, you can do that in private or on the art where it was uploaded, not in a public YouTube video, away from the art and away from where it was designed to be viewed. All you're doing when you make a YouTube video and include the artist and brutally destroy and deconstructive criticism is you instigate witch hunts, and of course that feeds drone fans. You can go check out my video on that. Finally, criticism can be painful, it can be hurtful, but try to remember that the users that uploaded the art done it with confidence. They felt confident enough that their work was good that they wanted to share it with people. That doesn't mean that they automatically wanted criticism just because they were strong enough to post it online and wanted to share it. It's best to respect that. But on the flip side, if you're receiving criticism, remember that it is an opinion. Criticism is not always a fact. In fact, it's hardly ever a fact. It's somebody's opinion about your art, which they may be basing off of their own style or off of their own understanding of what art is. So in the end, you have the right to accept or reject any criticism that you want. You don't have to let it hurt you, and you certainly don't have to get agitated or aggressive towards the person who gave you the art, unless, of course, they're being aggressive towards you because you didn't accept their criticism. Don't let people bully you, but don't be a bully in response to criticism. Nobody needs to get harassed in these situations. When you're giving criticism, you have 2 choices. You accept or you reject, and understand that both are your right. You don't have to accept their criticism, and you don't have to make the changes that they've suggested, but you also don't have to tell them that you think that they're wrong. We can all be civilized human beings and accept the fact that criticism, not the end of the world. Somebody doesn't like your style or the way that you decide to depict something, also not the end of the world. If you want to continue doing what you do, that's your right, and you should exercise that. But my main point in all this, guys, if you're giving criticism, be gentle. If you're receiving it, do it with a little bit of maturity. Of course, there's a lot to talk about. You can look at criticism in a lot of ways. But in the end, I think that it all comes down to just understanding that criticism is not the end of the world. And we're all going to receive it at some point, and we're all going to give a little at some point. Just be kind. So we're at the end of the video here, and we're going to get a look at the final product. Obviously, it looks similar to the art style I was going for, but has a lot of my own elements in it. And we can argue either way if I have stolen this art style or not. Thank you for watching the video, everybody. This has been another Del Toro 251 Speed Paint. You can check out this other great video. Maybe decide to become a Patreon, support the content that I create here. The links are on the screen and in the description below. And of course, as always, have a wonderful day. See you guys next time.